Hello and welcome to another Teacher's Corner. I'm Teacher Kirby, and today I decided I'm going to go over actually two things. They're two sets, space set and a weapon set, called the quantum phase set. Now you can get the quantum phase. I'm doing this because, actually, let me go back. I'm doing this because we've now had some time to settle into the new skill tree. Some people have decided they wanted to change up their builds a little, maybe try something new, or they're looking to investigate, thinking about different things they might be able to do with their alts, and some people are looking to change their builds a little. So, decided to some go over one of many options that maybe have been overlooked or tends to be overlooked or has been overlooked till now. So, the quantum phase sets is what they're called. These can be found through the mission's future proof. If you look, and I'm just showing the rewards. So this is the quantum phase weapon set. Okay. This is from the mission Sunrise. So you would have to run it 3 times to get this. And the other set is available from running the mission Stormbound. And that's the space set. Deflector, impulse engines, and shields. Alright, so now you know where to get them. Now the question you may have is, why? Great question. So, the quantum phase set, both sets are free. Obviously, you get them from running the missions. Now, they are quite interesting. Let's address the deflector, shields, and engines first. Okay? So you see I'm hovering over the deflector, and it says I get some shield restoration, I get some shield capacity, very good things, and I get some drain expertise. That's a little interesting. I also get a chance to set the recharge time to 60% of normal recharge time for deflector abilities. Okay? So, while the shield restoration and shield capacity is good, the drain expertise is interesting, nothing really stands out that's good stats, obviously. So let's look at the impulse engines. Get some turn rate buff, get a flight speed buff. It's efficient at low power levels, which is good. And now here's an interesting thing. While full impulse is active, and for 15 seconds afterwards, you get a bonus to, now this is a holdover, flow capacitors, that would be drain expertise in the new system. Starship particle generators, that would be exotic particle generators in the new system. And Starship electroplasma systems, electroplasma flow systems would be the new things. So again, 26.2, not bad. This is straight out of the box, non-upgraded, so these numbers would obviously increase upon upgrade. Okay, not bad. And then when I look at the shield, it gets a little interesting. First of all, it has a pretty good regeneration rate, 286.1 shield regeneration every 6 seconds. That's a pretty good regeneration rate. It also gives you a bonus to incoming shield healing to yourself, plus 10%. Now that's all well and good, but this quantum phase fluctuation is quite interesting. Okay, some of your science officer abilities repair your shields. So basically it's giving you, whenever you use these abilities, a free shield heal. Okay, and these are Tachyon Beam, Charge Particle Burst, Energy Siphon, Tychon's Rift, Viral Matrix, and Destabilizing Resonance Beam. Okay, so these are actually, that's very interesting. And the reason that I put this set on this build, two reasons. One, it was free. The other is this is a drain build. So this build actually uses Tychon's Rift, Energy Siphon, and as a free debuff, Destabilizing Resonance Beam. So it uses 3 of these abilities. Plus, now, there's another thing that it does. So we've gone over the individual stats, but this is a set, and sets always have bonuses. And it's important to know what those bonuses are when you're considering a set. So let's take a look. So if I scroll down, here's where it tells me the bonuses. Set 2, that means if I have 2 pieces of the set, 2 or more, I get shield frequency cycling. So that's an extra 17.8 maximum shield capacity, and it reduces all energy damage to shields by 7.5%. So this is a good passive buff to your resistances. Okay, now here's where it really shines for especially a low budget build. Okay, set 3, this is the 3-piece set bonus, energy weapon entanglement. It is a 2-minute recharge, but when you fire energy weapons for 12 seconds, triggers a quantum entanglement between self and foe. This means between your target. Okay? Their energy weapons become less effective. Your energy weapons become more effective. This stacks up to 10 times. Now, while this is because it's energy weapons, I believe it's a category 1 bonus. This is not going to translate to an actual 11% increase, but the fact that it stacks 10 times can mean it is a noticeable increase during this time. Okay? And it is boosted by drain expertise. Okay? So that means the higher your drain expertise, the more this is going to cause your enemy's weapons to do less and give you a better bonus. Okay, so this is an activatable. I have it here. Alright, and you'll notice 11.4, 12.2, 12 seconds, and this is a noticeable difference. So if you can't afford the Iconian set yet, this is a decent alternative. It's kind of tanky. It'll give you a energy bonus that you can hit once per match during a STF or ISA, for example. Okay, so it's a low cost alternative. Now, notice it also boosts, though, drain expertise, which is why I put it on this build. This is a drain build. That's what it focuses on. So it gives me some extra boost to that as well. Now, when I combine that with the Quantum Phase weapon set, this is the Quantum Phase torpedo, the Quantum Phase beam ray, and the Universal Quantum Phase converter. Okay, now it gets interesting. Now, okay, so the Quantum Phase torpedo, the damage is average for a torpedo, not terrible. Has some massive shield drain. Okay, and you'll notice it has a 2-kilometer radius to all shields in 2-kilometer radius, and the high yield torpedo radius increases to 4 kilometers. So if you use it with torpedo high yield, you drain a lot of shields. Torp spread deals additional shield damage as well. Okay, so this itself is quite good. Now, the beam array obviously triggers my plasmonic leech, okay, and my plasma explosions, but it also gives me, or it also, basically it's here to complete the set. It's a phaser, so it is boosted by phaser consoles, which fits nicely. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, now down to the Quantum Phase converter. Now you'll notice it gives me a few bonuses. One is 20% phaser damage. It gives me +3 to aux power setting, great for a science-based build, which this is. And it gives me some more drain expertise. Can always use that since I'm draining. Also gives me a hot restart on my auxiliary powers. or auxiliary power. All right, but now separately, you may look at these and go, they're kind of meh. Now let's combine them. Let's look at the set bonuses again. All right, so the two-piece set bonus, if you're just going to run the torpedo, it is awesome for that. Okay, because it gives 15% accuracy plus doubles the potency of quantum phase weapons shield drain. So if you're just going to run either the torpedo or the phaser array, that's fine. It doubles the potency of the quantum phase high yield torpedo shield heal. Okay, so when you use the quantum phase torpedo with high yield, it gives you a heal to your shields as well as draining your enemy's shields. So this doubles the potency of that heal, which is quite frankly awesome. All right, now the 3-set bonus. This is for a drain build. This is actually really quite interesting. Okay, it's called the quantum destabilizing beam. Okay, it does have a 2-minute recharge, so you have to pick your target. But it does a massive amount. Look here, 2,732. This is in system space. So this is actually quite low. Not quite the right numbers, but it does a massive amount of phaser damage per second for 10 seconds. This is a quite devastating attack. I've seen it take spheres from half health to nothing inside of those 10 seconds. So it is quite a devastating attack. It also drains power from the subsystems. This number's a little off again because I'm in system or sector space instead of system space. Okay. And it sets off drain infection. Okay. So it gives me a little extra boost to my damage there. But this is a quite, as I said, quite a devastating attack. It's an extra drain. It's affected by particle generators, exotic particle generators. It's affected by drain expertise. So those make the damage go up and make the drain go up from it. And it's also, I do believe, triggers, yeah, it also triggers the plasmonic leech. So all around, this is amazing for a drain build and something you should consider. And it's completely free. So if you're looking for something to add, you have an up and coming toon, you're not quite sure what to give them, this is an alternative, a low cost alternative. And it performs. I've had quite a few successes. Can't speak today. Quite a few successes with this, and on this particular toon, for example, in particular. And I highly recommend this set for budget DPS and for specific niche builds like a drain build. This is actually quite an interesting set. So something to consider. You can hear the discussion of Teacher's Corner live on the show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I look forward to seeing you there.